Hey everybody, welcome to Hilltop Machine Works. Well, hey everybody, it's Tom here. We are back in the shop, and you know it, it is time for another mail call. I've been busy on eBay, and got a few knickknacks from the SnapOn guy. I also have been getting a few other projects not worth filming knocked out in the shop here, and I wanted to give you a couple updates on upcoming projects. So this will be mail call number 20, and I want to start it off by saying thanks to all my new subscribers for hitting that subscribe button and finding my channel, because when this video airs, this is going to be video number 100. So is that awesome or what? 100 videos on YouTube already. About 13 months I been doing this, so a lot of cool projects, a lot of interesting jobs that have come in the shop, so I hope you guys have been enjoying it, and I will continue to film as the work comes in and the projects pile up. So without further ado, let me show some of my cool purchases. So we'll start off with, I guess we can start off with good old eBay. First thing is, I know you guys recognize this beautiful red Tiffany box for men, right? So let me show you what I scored. You don't see these on eBay very often, so I was pleased to get one. And the seller had quite a few of them. He had to buy it now at a reasonable price, but he also had make an offer, and so I made an offer. And mosquito trying to eat me. Really, dude? So what you got here is one of these posts for one of the bases. If you remember, I picked this base up at the flea market in Virginia on Labor Day weekend. So what this is that's one of these. So now I can do two. Or if I want, I've got a bigger base on the Monarch. All I need to do is make a larger T-nut, and then I will have a post for the bigger one. So I thought that was a cool score for little money. And also always looking for you know, good drops to pick up to throw in the material piles, because you never know when you're going to need a piece. And I got this piece of 303 stainless. This is the free machining stainless, so this is easier on your drill, easier on your lathe bits and your carbide than 304. This is about a 7-inch piece by about 1 1/4. This was for sale on the Hobby Machinist forum, so I grabbed that. I'll throw that in my stainless bin. And one of the upcoming projects that I'll tell you about, I've been gathering cutters for it. There's been a lot of good new old stock stuff, so I've been grabbing the milling cutters. This is a 3/8, and I got a, golly, we just had a big rainstorm and it must have stirred up the mosquitoes in here. A 1/2 incher, and so I can read them through the bags here. And I know I got a 1/4, and I got like a 3/8, and there's the big dog right there. So these are all, like I said, new old stock. A couple of them are USA, and these are actually Korean. Never been used. So I have been keeping my eye out for good deals, so I've grabbed a whole bunch of those. So I will have a good selection of different widths for the upcoming project. And let's see, also grab me another carbide for the air die grinder, since I busted mine. This is aluminum. because you can see the wide diameter of the flutes. So that came from China. And let's see, continuing on with the eBay. I'll move the tray out of the way. I needed some more Bose Shield. If you guys aren't familiar with this stuff, you know, this kicks WD-40's ass. This is some really good stuff. So after you machine a part, you can spray it down with this and it'll protect it way better than the WD-40 will. And it's good to use like after you clean your vise on your mill table or whatnot, you can spray it down and keep the rust and whatnot from attacking it. So grab me a can of that. And my college machine shop did not have a shaper, nor did my high school machine shop. So learning to run a shaper, I'm having to do it on my own through reference material and watching videos on YouTube and corresponding with several other YouTube creators that have shapers. So I've been trying to pick up literature so I can learn and read. And this is an original Schaper Catalog. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is going to be a 41 and later because it's got the foot and it's also got the way wipers. But so anyways, it goes on. Just tells about the shaper itself and cool features, tooling, and let me get the middle section here. I missed something. Oh, there it is. So it basically gives a rundown of the shaper itself. And an original April 1st, 1943 price sheet. So this baby, here you go. Let me give you give you some prices, make you want to cry, right? So you could bought this shaper back in 1943, complete with the safety guards minus the motor for $325. Man. And then the motor itself was another 28 bucks. Let's see, the floor stand was $24. Man, interesting, cool. So anyways, I thought that was a neat little catalog slash brochure. I picked that up. And I said with that, I grabbed another reference manual here. This is Operation of Machine Tools, Planer, Shaper, and Slaughter. This is an oldie because copyright date is 1912. What I thought was really interesting, I was going through the shaper section. Hopefully you can see that right there. Hold it in close. It's not getting washed out. If you notice, it's got a traversing head. So the cutter head can go left and right. I've never seen that on any shapers. I don't know if some of you guys that watch the channel that have shapers or familiar with shapers have ever seen one. I didn't know that animal existed, but they call that, yeah, side traversing tool head. So I thought that was neat. And continue on with that theme. I saw Machinist Library, Machine Shop Handbook. This is basically a handbook that would have been in like a high school machine shop class or maybe even a college class. It's got your basic info, but it's got some other neat-knack paddywhack stuff too. So thought that was cool. It must be an obsolete book. They're no longer using it because there's a whole bunch that hit the market. And I mean, I got this for like $8 including shipping. So you can never have a good too many good reference materials. And lastly, I picked up this book on dividing, because if you remember, I picked up that awesome dividing head on the last mail call, number 19. and don't cut gears or splines that often. So I figured this would be a good reference to keep, because you know, when you go to can do something like that, you can never remember what the formulas are and how you got to figure out, you know, how many rotations and then, you know, 6 more spots after that or whatnot. So this way I can look it up easy breezy. So that was a good score for me. And let's see, I think that is all the eBay items. So we'll get on to SnapOn. Grab this nice T-handle hex wrench set. It's got a nice soft grip, easy to read what sizes they are, so I like that. Plus, what I also like about them is they've got the long reach, so makes it a lot better to get in some of those tighter spots, because I've got a full set of standard and metric from Harbor Freight that's on the lathe over there, but I've noticed on the cheaper ones, the ends tend to start twisting, and you start having some serious wear because the I guess the metal makeup on those imports is not what it should be, or they're not very tough. So if they twist, at least I've got me a good set. So this is residing in my nice SnapOn box back there, which I am still enjoying. And with that, I am trying to up my metric game. So I grabbed 1/2-inch drive chrome metric sockets. This goes from 10 to 19. It doesn't skip a size. So all my metric stuff in 1/2-inch was impact stuff. So I figured I'd grab a nice chrome set. And lastly, doing that brake job on the Bronco, I noticed that my flare wrench, my 1/2 to 9/16 was just a cheap import one. So I figured I'd upgrade and get a nice one, because the last thing I want to do is you know, round the nut, or the fitting, should I say, on a brake line, because then it just leads to disaster, and now you just made a lot more work for yourself. So I figured I would invest in a good quality one. And let's see, if you remembered, I took you guys along the fall swap meet that they had at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I picked up those valve covers for an upcoming project. So I just got them back from the powder coater. Got them powder coated gloss black. Man, they look nice. Guy did an awesome job. I'm going to keep them wrapped for now, but just thought I'd let you guys know that that up and coming project, you guys will enjoy that. I'm just kind of gathering the parts and pieces, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet of what we're making, so we'll keep that a surprise. And let's see here. Guess we can talk about upcoming videos. So what I got these cutters for is, if you remember, I picked up some material at Metal Supermarkets with Jim, and that is going to be used. I need to make a arbor support for the right angle head milling attachment, so that way I can turn my vertical mill into a horizontal mill. So that will be an upcoming project. Kind of excited about that. The Excello is a Canadian version of a Bridgeport. Everything on it is bigger and a little more stout, so I can't get a standard Bridgeport or Bridgeport type arbor support on there. It won't fit. The ram ways are larger, and by the time I buy one and butcher it all up, it'd be easier just to make one. So that'll be an upcoming project here soon. We'll be designing and making that arbor support, so that'll be cool. And before we do that though, coming up after actually I'm finished making this video, I'm going to start on the Boyer Schultz surface grinder. I am ashamed to say that I bought that thing like 2.5 years ago, and it's been over there going, hey, what about me? So we are going to refurbish that thing. We're going to tear it all down for the most part, clean it up really good, check for wear, see what parts we need to replace, and most likely manufacture, and get that thing up and running. So I've been excited and ready to start on it, but every time I think I'm going to work on it, something else comes up, new projects come in, work comes in, and I thought we were going to be moving, but that's been put on hold for a little bit. So last thing I wanted to do was tear that thing apart and then have it in pieces and move. So I think you guys will enjoy that. It'll be a several part series, obviously. So stay tuned for that. And I guess that's about it, those 2 upcoming projects. So with that, I'll go ahead and wrap this up. I don't want it to run too long, but I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out and checking out my channel. I appreciate the comments. Give me a thumbs up, share the videos, let your friends know. Let's get the channel growing. We're getting close to about 400, and once we hit that 500 mile marker, then we're going to have some special giveaways for you guys. I've got them over there hanging out. So we just got to get the subscriber count up so I can award you guys. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up and say see you later and take care.